Day 1057, it's 7:04 a.m. Just got off my Words of God call, which was powerful, awesome, amazing. We were figuring out ways of how we could pursue Jesus even more on a daily basis, because the word says that run the race that's marked out before you. And while you're running that race, keep your eyes fixed on the Lord, keep your eyes fixed on Christ. And so we were coming up with ideas of how we can keep our eyes fixed on God. Because the more we think about God, the more we focus on God throughout our days, the more empowered we are, the more inspired we are, the more powerful, just the more happiness, the more joy. Like, it's just a whole different world when you focus on the Lord. And so we were coming up with ideas for that. And one of the ideas that God gave me the other day is, I was like, Lord, to keep my eyes fixed on you. And I wish I could read the Bible all day. I wish, during my free time, while I'm waiting for something, I could just pull out the Bible and read it. But my Bible's big. Like, I'm not going to carry this thing around everywhere I go, because that's just not realistic. It's not convenient. And so I'm like, man, I wish I could just be in the Word more, when I'm waiting for something, or, I've got 5 minutes here or 10 minutes there where I'd normally pull out my phone and just check email, because I don't even have social media anymore. So I can't check that, but I'll check email or Google something or whatever. And it's like, man, that 10 minutes here, that 10 minutes there, that adds up to an hour or 2 extra hours a day. I was like, I wish I could pull out the Word of God. And then I was like, they have pocket-sized Bibles. They have Bibles that are like this big, like the size of a phone. And so I went to Amazon and I found one that is the size of my phone. And so I ordered it. It will be here today. And I'm so excited because I'm going to put it in my pocket right next to my phone. So every time I reach in to grab my phone, I'm going to feel my Bible and I'll be able to pull that out and read it. And it's the same exact translation as this. This is the NIV translation. So when I do my hour of reading the Word, I could be reading the Word here. I could be reading here, and then I can just continue in my small Bible because it's the same exact translation. And so if I, finished at chapter 11, then I can open my little Bible and continue in chapter 12. And so I was like, yes, that's amazing. And so my Bible reading is going to go from an hour a day to probably at least 2 hours, maybe 3 hours a day. And that's one way to keep my eyes fixed on the Lord. And I know that's going to cause massive transformation. And so just ideas like that, that are really going to help them stay fixed on the Lord. Because when we're going through challenges and struggles and breakdowns, and the enemy's testing us and the enemy's attacking us, the absolute best thing that we could do is keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. As long as we've got our eyes fixed on Jesus, it's a game changer. The enemy can't do much. That's why I have this picture all over the place, because it's like, focus on me, not the storm. You look at this picture and you've got waves to the left, you've got a pirate ship to the right, you've got sharks below, you've got lightning above, you've got all this chaos and all this turmoil. And right in front of you is Jesus reaching his hand out saying, focus on me, not the storm. And so this is where we're running the race every day. Every day when you wake up, you jump into the race and you start running that race. And the word says, keep your eyes fixed on the Lord while you run that race. And so just coming up with good ideas, creative ideas of how to keep our eyes focused on him while we run the race. Because when you do that, the anxiety drops dramatically, the fear drops dramatically, the scarcity drops dramatically, the sadness drops dramatically, the depression drops dramatically. All the negative things stop because we are focused on the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And when we focus on him and who he is, not who we are, everything transforms. When we focus on his ability and what he's capable of, rather than our inability and what we're not capable of, then everything changes. Everything changes. Your problems are no longer problems when you understand that Jesus is the solution. And when you're staring at the solution all day, or you're pursuing the solution all day, it's a totally different mindset. In the personal development world, they say you could either focus on the problem or the solution. If you focus on the problem, you're going to be disempowered, frustrated, angry, upset, and scared. If you focus on the solution, you're going to be hopeful, empowered, excited, and you're going to take action. Well, we're bumping up against problems all the time. And if we focus on the problem, like this bill, this bill that I got to pay, well, we could focus on the bill and get stressed out about the bill, or we could focus on Jesus, who said that he's the provider and that he will provide all things that we need. And all we have to do is focus on him and pursue him, and he will give us guidance and inspiration on the action to take to get the bill paid. And so we could focus on the problem or the solution. We can focus on the world or we can focus on the Lord. And when we focus on the Lord all day, every day, when he's in our mind, and we're not obviously like 100% locked in focus, like, when we're driving, but, having a picture of the Lord or listening to worship music that is talking about the Lord, but keeping your mind fixed on the Lord all day, keeping him in your conscious thoughts all day dramatically alters your mental, emotional state. It transforms your soul, and it is incredibly powerful. And so they're walking through an exercise now where they're coming up with a list of 5 things that they can do to make sure that their eyes are fixed on the Lord all day, every day. And that's going to be powerful. It's going to be so powerful. So I love it. One of the warriors mentioned like, hey, Chris, would you ever consider doing like a 2-day retreat, like a 2-day retreat for warriors? And I was like, heck yes, warrior weekend. Like, we'd go somewhere out in nature, get a hotel or a retreat, a space. Everyone had to turn in their phones at the beginning of it because no phones for 2 days. And man, I would walk you guys through some crazy exercise. You would walk out of that retreat so close to God, so empowered, so equipped with so many weapons to crush the enemy that by the end of it, the demons would be sitting in a corner crying like little babies because you'd be so transformed and so equipped to fight the enemy. And then one person was like, well, we got a timeshare. Like, just let us know the weekend and we can check. And I'm like, wow, this is becoming real quick. Because I was like, all right, Lord, if it's your will, allow it to be done. And then someone's like, I got a timeshare. And I was like, all right. And everyone's like, any weekend. And I'm just like, whoa, like, woo, that's happening quick. So that was cool. So yeah, it's just great. And I'm at the gym, just finished 2 hours ago. Oh no, an hour ago. And 2 of the warriors were with me, and it was cool. It's fun. We got workout warriors. So at some point that'll just be a thing for warriors of God. Like if you're a warrior and you want to work out, like get you a shirt that says workout warrior. We go in there, we're on the same team, because you work in groups of like 4 or 5, and you go from station to station. And so it's like, man, imagine all the warriors, workout warriors, 5 a.m. And then we jump onto our call and we're on fire. We pursued our health, we crushed the spirit of slothfulness, and we pursued the Lord all before the sun even comes up. Like that's the way to start your day in victory. And it makes a massive difference. And I know it because I've been living it for the last 6 weeks, and whew, game changer. So yeah, so today's gonna be an amazing day. I have some coaching calls, and then tonight I'm supposed to be hosting our revival, where the band comes and gets together, and then a bunch of people show up and we just pray and worship the Lord. And then it's also online. It's on Zoom and on YouTube, and they usually have someone who's got the microphone, they got the light set up, but they're the ones who are hosting it live as they go. And I guess I'm scheduled to do that. So I don't know exactly what it entails, but I trust that the Lord will guide me, so it's all good. So yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, so I'm excited. Today's gonna be a really good day.